Hi everyone, my name is Christy and welcome to my Trying a New Makeup Product Everyday series. Today I'm trying out this beautiful contour palette. It's the Princessa Contour Palette in shade number 3 from ShopMissA. Yes, this full-size beautiful contour palette with 3 different shades only cost $1. This was actually part of my Cyber Monday haul that I did, so I got this for 75 cents. But even still, $1 for something like this I think is incredible. Also, ShopMissA, which is the website that I love to get so much makeup from, shopmissa.com, everything on there is cruelty-free. So I am really hopeful that I will love this because I love to find inexpensive yet amazing products so that you can still get those makeup trends, the looks that you want, but for very cheap. So let's start out with some swatches. Also, by the way, this does come in 3 different shade variations. So I couldn't really tell if they were like different, like light, medium, dark. They were just kind of different tones. Like there was a more pinky blush. This one's the more red blush. So maybe it's just personal preference. Ooh, like that bronzer is super pigmented. It does have like a metallic sheen to it. The blush has a little bit of silver sparkle, but dang, that is pigmented. And the highlight, oh my gosh, a bright highlight. I wasn't so sure that these were going to be so pigmented. And I also feel like a face palette does not necessarily have to be so pigmented. These are like eyeshadow level pigmented, like seriously? Amazing. And these can definitely be used as eyeshadows as well. But this $1 face palette is one of the most pigmented face palettes I have ever seen. Holy moly. Well, I tend to use a heavy hand when I go in with my bronzer and my blush and my highlight, so I'm gonna have to use like the lightest touch ever with these products, I think. So now, when it comes to the order of applying your bronzer, blush, and highlight, I really don't know the correct order. I think I'm always changing it up, just kind of reaching for whatever. So sometimes I do blush first, sometimes I do bronzer first. Yeah, honestly, sometimes I do highlight first. So today, how do I want to do it? I think I'll start with some bronzer. And since these are so pigmented, and like I was saying, I use a heavy hand, I'm going to try and pick up a fluffy brush to apply these with to hopefully make it a little bit lighter, a little bit more diffused. So just going to dip into the bronzer here. Wow, not even a lot of kickback. And I'm going to start just kind of going on top of the cheekbones here. And I'm pretty much going to go around the perimeter of my face. Okay, I mean, you can see, like that went on pretty pigmented, but it's definitely blending out a lot, kind of disappearing. But actually, I don't know if blending out is the right word because it seems like it gets kind of stuck on the skin and it's kind of hard to actually blend it. That's a little tough, but I think the finished result is actually looking okay. But it's not, definitely not the easiest to blend. Like, see how it's just getting stuck in that one spot where I initially touch it down onto my face? It's not looking too shiny metallic though, so that's good. Because the swatch was like a full-on metallic swatch, like a full-on eyeshadow, pretty much. I wish this was a little easier to blend, but if you really work at it, you can get it to look how you want it to. And I am fine with doing that for a $1 product. Like, I'm trying to go in with such a light touch when I first touch it to my face, since I know it seems to stick and not blend too easily. But okay, that seems to be working better. Just very lightly dusting it on to start so that it kind of sticks exactly where I want it to be. And this tone of bronze actually looks really nice. It's not too warm toned and it's not too cool toned. I think it's very flattering. And it looks undetectable texture-wise on the skin, which is good. It's not looking powdery or anything. So, working my way around the face, but we're getting there and I'm liking the look. Okay, I would say it's applied as well as I think I can get it, and I'm happy with it. Maybe it's not the most perfectly blended bronzer contour look ever, but I think it looks nice. Next, I'm going to move on to the blush, and I'm going to stick with the same brush here. Pick up some on the brush. Oh, you know, I'm going to tap off some excess. It's interesting, like no excess even comes off. Okay, I'm nervous that I picked up too much, so maybe I'll like apply this much onto both cheeks. Let's see. Oh, let's see. Okay. Oh my gosh. This is a lot for even two cheeks. But let's see if I can blend it. But you see how it's just like that spot there? It's like really hard to blend these formulas, but I am going to work at it. Work at it really hard to blend these out. Oh my gosh. Okay. This is such a pigmented and bright red blush. I just don't think this shade can necessarily work for me. And I did not pick up much at all. And this is way too much. I was really liking how this look was coming out with the bronzer, but I feel like I've ruined it with this blush. But yeah, now you can really see what this shade looks like. It just like this tone of red, it looks, well, of course it's too much and too bright, but just this tone of red, even if I had applied less, I just don't love a red toned blush on my skin tone because it looks too much like I'm blushing in like a embarrassed kind of way, not like a, oh, cute flushed blush. No, just like my cheeks are too red or like rosacea, inflammation. So this tone is just too on point with the natural redness that I get in my cheeks, that I like something a little bit more bronzy. So not my favorite blush, but if I can use at least one or two of the shades in this $1 palette, then I'll still consider it a success. So let's move on to that third shade, the highlight. I know these are pigmented, but I still like to apply highlight with my finger, so I'm just going to go in with that method. Pick up some on my finger here. Very pretty. It looks like an icy white, but maybe almost a little bit of a pink undertone. Let's see how it looks on my skin. No, overall I would say it's like an icy white highlight, which is kind of interesting for this palette. Like you get kind of a darker bronzy shade, definitely a dark blush that I feel like this is more geared towards medium to deep skin tones, but then the highlight is like extremely light, even light for my fair skin. Like it looks very noticeably, obviously white. Almost has like a blue silverness to it that's super unnatural. But the formula is pretty. It's like a buttery formula. Not the most blinding glowy highlight, but I like how it's more of a metallic glow than a shimmery sparkly glow. It's just not as bright as I'm used to with my highlights. I've got Dexter here, if you can see him peeking up. Hi, honey, you want to say hi to YouTube? Oh. Do you like my makeup, honey? Dexter doesn't come in my videos very much anymore, so this is a special appearance. So I could see myself using this highlight in an eyeshadow look, more likely than on my cheek. because I am picky with my cheek highlight. I want it to look like natural glow. And this is buildable. You can get that kind of blinding glow, but it's just in this almost like blue, silver, white color, which takes away from how natural it actually looks. Almost like a holographic sheen is kind of what I'm getting. So this palette kind of went in the opposite direction from what I was expecting from a $1 contour palette. Usually I would think that a $1 palette would not be super pigmented, but in this case, it's like too pigmented, which is kind of a good problem to have if the shades were a little bit more flattering for my skin tone. But I'm impressed by these formulas overall. And when it comes to like my makeup collection here, and like I have, you know, my face palettes, my eyeshadows, I'm probably actually going to keep this with my eyeshadows as a reminder to myself that I don't really love how this looks on my face, but I could get use out of it on my eyes, and I think that would look a little bit more flattering for me. But I just love trying out $1 makeup products, especially products like this that really surprise me and are actually really good. There's a few things I could improve about this, but overall, I am impressed. You know, I would love to hear in the comments down below, what are your favorite face palettes? I really don't have one that comes to mind that has a blush, highlight, and bronzer that I think is absolutely perfect. So if you have any recommendations, let us all know in the comments down below. But thank you so much for watching my video today. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel so you can see the makeup that I try every day. And I will see you tomorrow in my next video.